All right. The last class we started how to figure out the numbers in the addition, right? Basically, addition, subtraction. Today we're going to study problems about product, division, and there are lots of numbers missing. You have to figure it out. Okay. And let's slowly do the problem step by step, and we probably can figure out the puzzle. Okay, so the first problem I want to discuss is here's 7. Okay, this is a 2-digit number. You multiply them out. Okay, and suppose you have 2 rows, right? The first one, yeah, 76, and this is we are given then a 18. Then you have 4. This is a 4-digit number. You get 4-digit number. Then add them together, right? Then you get this should be 0. That's very key point. 1 number, and this 1 and the 3. Okay, so you have to start somewhere. That's a key point. Okay, and step by step, but just like a puzzle, very simple idea. Very good. You have to find the starting point, and then you figure it out. Okay, eventually you figure out all the numbers. So this is original problem, and I want to I look at all the numbers here. 1, 8, right here, 3, 1, 0. Okay, so you have to look at this. You try to figure out some numbers, right? But if this is a 0, right? So that means immediately this also should be 0, right? Because this is this is add them together, right? So under that number is nothing there. So this should be 0. So that is going to be 0. Okay. Now, once you get this, okay, it's like a puzzle. You already find out when number, right? It should be 0. Right? If it's 0, then how do we get that number, right? 6 times, this is a product, right? This is a product. 6 times some number gives you the last digit is 0. Right? What is that number? Yes. This number could be, I think this number could be 0, could be, 0 times 6 is also 0, right? This can be 5, right? That's it, right? So the possible numbers you're going to get is going to be, but if this is a 0, then you probably, I don't think a 0 should be excluded already. Because if it's 0 times 6 times 7 times that, the first row will be all 0 instead of 18. So that number immediately, that's the first step, right? Step by step. And then you figured out this number, this implies that number, right? That's the first step. And otherwise you don't know the order, okay? The second step, you figured out that number, it should be equal to 5. Okay, so once you figured out that, let's copy this. We don't want to mess up, right? This is going to be 5. You already have lots of numbers here. Okay, so this is 8, that's 1. You get 0. Okay, so let's look at this picture. All right, so next step. All right, next step. We continue to do the multiplication. So 6, you say 6 times 5. 5 times 6 is 30, right? And 30, so you put 3 here. And 5 times 7, right? 5 times 7 plus, 5 times 7 plus 3, this should be equal to 8. So 5 times 7, right? And it gives you 8. Right? And 5 times 7 plus 3, so 38, then you do this product, right? So this number 5 times that number plus 3 should be equal to 3. Okay? Then clearly, so clearly that number is going to be 3. Okay? 3 times 5 plus 3 is going to be. So you figured out that's going to be 3. Okay? Yeah. So so that is how do we get step by step. So let's write down. You already got this number. Only one number is missing, is this number here, 5, right? And you got 0, 8, 8, 1. And then you have this, and you got 0, this number, 1, and 3. Okay, so let's figure out the remaining numbers. I'll give you a minute. Let you think about, okay? So I'll give you a minute to figure out the remaining, okay? Yeah, how do you get this? Look at this here. This indicates something, 3, 1 here. So that number, what is the possible value of that number? Okay, that number is going to be either, you know, maybe it's 2 or 3, right? Then how do you, then yeah, either 2 or 3. Then this number times this 10th digit, right? So we're going to, next step, we're going to figure out this number. So this this number times times 3, yeah, 376 times that number should be equal to some, you know, should be equal to 3, right? In order to, yeah, in order to get 3 over there. Okay, so this gives you few choices. Okay, and yeah, that's my hint. Okay, can you figure out that number? So we figured out that number could be 8 or 9 or 7. You just try a few of them. Okay. Otherwise you're not going to get 1,000 more or 3,000 something, right? So that's why you do them. So you can figure out that number possibly is going to be 8, and you try and look at that. Okay. So then 376, 85. You multiply this out. And here's 0, 8, 8, 1. Then what you get is here it's going to be 8, right? And 0, and 0, and 3. Then add them together. you will get 31,960. So that works. Okay. Sometimes you have to, yeah, I guess, and try as the very last step. Okay. So clearly, you see, this is the way how to do it. You have to find a step, like a puzzle. You needed to, yeah, do your best. You know, try this. If you can figure out that number, try that. You know, then eventually you get all the numbers. Sometimes you have to rewrite the expression again, so then you can clearly see those numbers. Okay, that's our first problem. Let's try another problem. Okay, then this multiplication is a little bit difficult. Yeah, so it's 60 something times 35. Okay, and that is going to be 330 something, and then the next one is 100 something 8. Okay, and this is add them together. Oh, let's see. Express a little bit. This is multiplication. So I get 8. Right? Then have 8. Right, so let's figure out all the numbers. So what is the starting point? Now you can look at 5 times 6 60 something, right? Then you can also look at 3. It's 35, right? So I begin with 60 something times 3. I should get to this number, right? So what is a possible? Can you figure out some numbers here? 60 times 3 equals 100 something 8. Right? There are only a few numbers, right? Which number, which digit you can put, 10 units digit you can put there to get 8? The units digit is 8 in the product. Hmm? There you go. Yeah. So it's possible, right? So this number is going to be 6. Okay. So once you get 6, then you can see that 66 times 3 is going to be 198. Okay. So then you solve the problem, right? So 66 times 35, right? And you get then add them together, you get 0, 1, 3, yeah, 2,310. So that's this easy problem. It's not that complicated. But you have to begin with the product 60 something times 3. Now if you try, if you use a 5, 60 times 5 something, then maybe it will be difficult. Maybe you still can figure it out. Okay, what is that number, right? But I don't think it's easily can do that, right? 5 times, yeah. So it's harder to figure it out if you use this. Okay, if you use that, it's harder to find out. Okay, all right. So let me give you another problem. I'm going to give you another problem. Okay, So here's a product, watch out, times, and you get 4, 0, and this, and then you get 7, 0, okay? And add them together. You know, of course, if you add them together, it's clear that this is going to be 4 and 0, but we don't know those numbers, okay? All right, so thinking about that. So what is our starting point? Yeah, my hint is look at this number, okay? Look at this number first, right? Look at this number first. Also, you probably can figure out that number. Why? Because this is a 6. Yeah, using the 6. Okay, trying to figure out those two numbers. Okay. How do you get the last digit 4 in the product? I know 4 times 6 is going to be 24, right? But 9 times 6 is also 4. So there's 2 options for that number. Okay? But there's no option. There's unique solution to that problem. Okay? But the second option, maybe it's not working, you know. But let's figure out that this thousandth digit in the first number. Okay. You see, that number times 6, this 4-digit number on the very top, times 6, you still get 4-digit number, right? So that's why that number cannot be too large. If it's 2 times 6 is 12. So you get 10,000 something instead of, right? So that number must be 1. So this number must be 1, okay? So this number must be 1. This number could be 4 or 9. So then you have to figure out whether it's 4 or 9, okay? So why that must be 1? Because only 1,200 something times 6 still give you 4-digit number. Otherwise, if it's 2,000 something or 3,000 something times 6, you will get 5-digit number. Okay, so that's the difference. You know how to do product, right? But you have to know when you get a 5-digit numbers, when you get 4-digit numbers. So let me write down the first one, okay? And then we see which one is possible, which is not possible, okay? So I got 4, 0, okay? Another one is 1, 2, sorry. Another one is 1, 2, here's 9, and this can be 6. Okay. Okay, let's copy this. All right, let's look at the 9 case. Is it possible? Because when it's 9, this times that, right? It's going to be 9 times something. Can you get 0? Can you get 0? Impossible. 9 times, right? Why cannot get 0? Because that digit cannot be 0. Any number, non-zero digit times 9, you will never get 0. So this is impossible. Okay, this is impossible. Exclude that case. Because this 10th digit in the product, right? The second number, right? So this multiplied by 9, you never create a 0. Okay, that's the reason this is impossible. So you just need to focus on the one on the left. Okay, we already figured out that some numbers. Can you continue? Can you continue? Yes. I think it's possible, right? Then you look at the same idea. Look at this, right? Look at this. You want to get that number, right? What is that number? Must be 5. Which number times 4 gives the last digit 0? 5 times 4, 20, right? So 5 times 4 equals 20. So that is, you figure out, that must be 5. There's no other number gives you the product, the last digit is 0. So, step by step. So we already figured out lots of numbers now. Okay. Okay, so we got 0, and you add 2. We don't know that number, right? But that number is already, I think it's already given, right? That this number is already given. So great. So actually, you can figure out the rest of them. Yeah, let's figure out the rest of them, okay? 5 times 4, 20. So 20, you have the 20 here, right? 20. 5 times 4, you get 20. Then 5 times that number, 5 times that number is going to be plus 2 should be equal to 7, because you get 2 from the previous product. So you want to get 7, right? How do you? Yeah. So let's see. So 5 times that number, yeah. That it's 1. Yeah, 5 times that number gives you plus 2, gives you 20, right? And what are the possible solutions for that number? A 1 or 3, right? Yeah, 1 or 3. Yeah, because 3 times 5, 15 plus 2 is 7. See, this is 7 or 17 something, okay? So it could be 17. Can be 27, right? In order to get those numbers, could be, yeah, and 37 or something. So there are many choices. There are many choices, right? And then the corresponding numbers will be, if it's 27, and that will be 5, right? If it's 37, that will be 7, okay? If it's 47, it's gonna be 9. So those are the possible solutions, okay? But I think after you try all of them, only this works when it's a 3. That works. Okay. So sometimes you need to try to see if it's working. If we choose 1, then you see this is only the number is missing, right? This number, right? If once you put the number here, you can get the rest of that. So you can quickly do the computation. If it's 1, you never get, yeah, you cannot finish that. Let's try. So only when it's 3, I think I got only it's 3, then it works. So I tried several of them. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 times 5 times 6. Then I got 4, 0, 4, and 7, and then have a 6, 1, 7, 0. Then I got the solution. Okay. Yeah, but if you try 1, 2, when that is 1, right? Then you will not get the one what you want. Okay, let's see. You see, you will not get 0 here even, right? So you get. So that is wrong already. So it should be 0 under that. So that's why this is a number it causes troubles here, right? Right. So you stop here. You don't need it to impossible. Okay. So that's the reason. That's only one solution you can get. Okay. Let's go over this problem. How do you solve the problem? You see, we are given this. Okay. And I think we can quickly figure out the thousands digit in the product 1, because 1 times 6 still gives you the 4-digit number. Otherwise, 2 times 6 something, 2,000 times 6, you already get the 5-digit numbers. So that must be 1. Right? And then you only 2 choice 4 and 9, but you find out when it's 9 for the units digit 4 and 9, you find out if it's 9, it's impossible. So you exclude some of them. You know, at the very beginning, it's not unique. Exclude some of them, then you get the unique. So step by step, just like a puzzle. Finally, say I'm done with the puzzle. This is a puzzle using mathematics, multiplication, you know, division and addition, subtraction. Okay. So that's really helps you to, this is a product. And you also, we practice this we're using that to understand division and multiplication. Right? So our next problem is about division. Okay? So when you divide some numbers, right? You have a 100 something, it's 2. Okay? And you divide by 2-digit numbers, right? By 2-digit numbers, you end up with 1 here. So you put this, right? Yeah. You already given some information, not only just this probe. So it's 1 like this, okay? So you get 7. Then you get this. So immediately you will get lots of numbers, okay? So it's a subtraction. Okay, let's see what we can get here. Yeah, let's see what we can get here. So I think immediately you will get, because this is a 1, right? So how about this product, right? 1 times anything. You get, you get a 1. Yeah, so you get, the 1 times it. No, this digit would be 1. So you determine it immediately because you just copy it. You already know that, right? This gives you this, right? When you do the product. So you figured out. Yeah, let's do this. So you figured out. Here's 1, and this must be 1. Otherwise, you're not going to get it. Okay. You also, I think this will be 2. This will be 2, 72. Okay. And then in order to get 0, this will be 72. Okay. So now, yeah, right. So what is left? Okay, I'll give you a minute to think about. You have a 3. You still have 4 numbers you can figure it out. So this is the difference when you do the division, right? 72, then you copy it. So 72, right? This is a puzzle, right? I said. All right, so the key point is this number, okay? That's a key point. So you look at the difference. You look at difference, the difference of those 2 numbers, right? Should give you 7. So that means the number on the top cannot be too small, right? Something minus something gives you 7, right? So that number, that indicates that number should be equal to 7 at least, 8 or 9. You have 3 choices. Okay. Maybe you have to try one of them. I'm not sure what is as a better method, but this is at least you get some information about this number. It cannot be arbitrary. You only have 3 choices, so you have enough time to do that, right? Then you let's case by case to which one it's possible. Okay, when this is a 7, okay, let's put all around this. Okay, when it's 7, it's 172. We don't know that number, right? And then this must be 0 because otherwise you're not going to get the 72. Okay, I'm not sure this is possible or not. Another one is 182. Okay, this should be 111. Then otherwise you're not going to get a 72. The third one is 192. It's 12. Otherwise you're not going to get 72. Okay, so you look at which one is possible. Then you cross that. I think the first one is impossible. Is the first one possible? First one is impossible. Why is impossible? Think about this is supposed to get 10. So 1 time, so this implies that should be equal to 0, right? Otherwise, you have 1 time sums. So that force you get 0. If it's 0, then doesn't matter which number you're going to get. You're not able to get this 272. So 10 times any digit, you're not going to get 72. So impossible. Impossible to get 72 here. Okay, so that is. How about the next one? And that also gives you the 11, right? And when it's 11, I still cannot get 72. No matter 11 times any digit, you are not getting you're not get 72. Okay, 11 times any number, it's impossible. You're not able to get, yeah, you cannot get 72. Impossible to get 72. Okay, so finally, you will finally you get, here's 12. Then this must be 6. It's done. Okay, we solved the problem. Okay. So we get this. Okay, this is around this. So there were 3 possible competitions, and you get you guys be quiet. Okay, so 3 possible solutions, then you find out. Let's go back to this problem. You see, how do we solve it? Right? First, you figured out one of the tens. You figure out the 10th digit in the divisor, right? And then I tried several. Then I figured out this square. In this, this square, there should be only 3 possible numbers. Maybe there's another better way you can quickly figure it out. Okay, in order to get 72, what are the possible products? Maybe you're lucky, you figured out 2 times 12, 2 times 6 is 12, then you can quickly get 72. Okay, if you can see that, 12 times 16, you get 72. If you can see that, you can quickly figure out a number. Either 12, either this is 6 or that is 6. Okay, that's 2 possible ways to solve the problem. I think that's another quick way to do. Okay, you don't need to look at the 3 different cases, because in order to get 72, not 72, sorry, it's this number times 6 times 7, sorry. So in order to, 6 times, so there's another possible way is maybe 16 times 2, right? But it's not going to, it's not going to be get 72. So that's only possible. So some students probably can quickly get the numbers. Okay, one is 2, other one is 6. Then you see the rest of them is trivial. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at. If you already get this part, right? It's if you already get 1. Okay. I forgot it's 1. Okay, if it's already have a 72, 720, and then in order to get 72, right? This number times that number should be equal to 72. But you see that what is the possibility? Some students can quickly get this, then you double check it works, then you can quickly get the answer. Okay, in order to, this is a product, those 2 numbers gives you that, right? Okay, so you want to get 72, then the only possible, there's one of the possible products will be 12 times 6. Okay, so then you can quickly, can figure out this number. So there are multiple ways to find the missing numbers. There are multiple ways to find the missing numbers. Okay. All right, so those are the division. Let's go back to have a quick review on what we learned before. This is about addition again. Then I'll come back if I have time. Okay, so we got, this is addition, D, C, B, 1, okay? And A, B, C, D. Add them together, I got 0, D, C, B, A, okay? Find all these digits. All these digits. Yeah, determine all those letters. Each letter represents a digit. My hint, you have to begin with this and give that, right? Yeah, you immediately you get D.
There's no way it can be 2. It has to be 1.
Yeah, please do that. Okay, I'll give it a minute. Okay, I hope you already practice and at home, so you should be able to do that. Yeah, 1 plus D, right? Should be equal to
9.
something. Yeah, something. No, could be 9, could be 19, but 19 is impossible, right? So, no, sorry, no, it's 0 and 10, but 10 is impossible. And then 0 is impossible. 10 is okay. So the only solution you are going to get, you get the last digit should be 0, right? So this implies D equals 9. Okay, so let's write down this 9 C B 1 A B C 9 is going to be 0 9 C B A. Okay, great. So please try to figure out the rest of it. You see, 1 plus 9 gives you 10, so you add the 1 here. So B plus C plus 1 should be equal to 9, or could be 19. I don't think it's 29. 29 is too large. There are two possible case.
It's going to be 9.
Hmm?
It's going to be 9. It has to be 9.
But you also look at this.
Yeah, because that's the same number. If it's 19, then it would be the same exact thing. And it should also be 9.
You think it's 9? Yeah, if it's, yeah, let's look at that. If B plus C plus 1 is 9, okay, then what? Then you get nothing, you can move forward, right? Then this C plus B should be equal to C, okay? Because now C plus B is still a single digit number.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why that implies B should be equal to 0. C should be equal to 8. and that works.
And
Okay, then that works. Then you get 9, 8, 0, 1, and then 8, and 0. C is going to be 8. It's 9. Okay, then you can quickly figure out it's 9, and then 8. Then already we know the B is a 0, and then what is A? Right? Because A is going to be 1, so A is 1. Okay, so clearly A should be equal 1. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, that works. But if we try 19, 19 doesn't work, okay? So that's the first case. The second case, if B plus C plus 1 equals 19, the blah, 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 does not work, okay? But you stop here, you already get solution. You already get solution. You stop here, okay? So that's how do we do that. All right. Okay, try another one. Okay, we have a E, F, G, and G, F, E, and add them together, I get F, F, G, F.
so many F's.
That's right.
F minus.
So what are those three numbers? So first step, figure out F. Why? Why F must be 1? Yeah, you're right. Who can figure it out? Yeah, F must be 1. That's the first. Because the sum of the two digits, no matter how they add them, right? It's never be too large. Is you have to get 10 11 or 13 or something. So this must be 1. It's obvious. So let's put again E1G, G1E, then 1 G1. Then can you figure out E and G?
No, that's 2. Well, that's not right. No. G, 5, and 3. G, 4, 9, 3. Oh, yeah, 3. G, 4, 3. I need to rewrite this first. 1, G.
Yeah, they're possible.
G equals 8. G has to be 3. G equals 3 and B equals 8.
You already figured out?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because G plus E must equal 11. So
G plus E must be 11. So now you have a then you have a
to the next one and it's
say
2 ones equal G, but 11 has 1 extra. So we move it and then 3.
so then that's right. You're right. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is going to be 3. That gives you G equals 3. Correct? Yeah, you look at this. Look at this. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So look at that. Because you get the 1 from why G plus E cannot be 1? Because if G plus E is 1, then either G0, Y0, it's impossible. G cannot be 0. So that's why, this part gives you this, okay? And that part gives that, then you get G. Then E must be equal to 8. Then you check that. 8, 1, 3. 3, 1, 8. Right? Right? That's going to be 1, right? And 3, and 1, and 1. Okay, that works. Yeah, I'm not sure we're gonna have enough time to cover all the problems. All right, so now you have 1, A, B, C, D, E, multiplied by 3. I'm going to get 1, E, D, C, B, A. Aha. This is a product. This is a. Work on this. Think about. Okay, don't just. Okay, this is a multiplication. This product. You already figured out? No.
I think I got the first one. I know what pieces.
They're possible, you see. How do you, yeah. What is a, you know, what is the starting point, right? You only have 1 times 3, blah, 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 you know, then you get some additional number, you don't know what is it. You cannot get an A quickly. You cannot get an A from this part, okay? It's harder to figure out A. But when maybe you should try this first. Okay, that gives you, okay, 3 times, you know, I think that gives you 7. Because 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times which number gives you last digit, right? So, so that clearly 8 times 3 is going to be, you know, it's going to be 21. Okay. So that implies E is going to be 7. So you get 1 A, B, C, D, 7 times 3. I got 1. E is already 7. D, C, B, A. What is next step? Just like a pure banana, 1 by 1, right? You figure out the rest of the numbers. Huh? So 3 times 7, 21. So it's already put the 1, 2 here, right? Then 3 times D plus 2 should be something 7. At least it should be try 17. It cannot be just 7. Or maybe 27, maybe 37, right now. Okay. But 27, is 27 possible? Impossible. And the 37 minus 2, 35. 35 divided by 3 is impossible. Yeah. So D, you can figure out D is going to be 5. Okay? Yeah, D must be 5. This is impossible, that's impossible. So you get 1, A, B, C, 5, 7, multiplied by 3, and you get 1, 7, 5, C, B, A. So just like that, step by step. Finally, can you do that? Please go, don't pause. Work on this problem. So you get, you know, let's get 17. So actually they add the 1 here, right? So you get 17. 5 times, 3 times 5, 15 plus 2, 17. So you add the 1. So this indicates 3 times C plus 1 should be equal to 5 or 15 or 25 or 35, right? Well, what are the possible, right? I think that works. That works. 25 works, right? So that works, right? And then 3 times C plus 1 should be 25, and so that number is going to be 3 times that number is going to be 8. Okay, that number is going to be 8. 8, 3 times 8, 24 plus 1 is 25. Okay, so yeah. So now C is 28, then you get 1, A, B, 8, 5, 7 times 3. We got 1, 7, 5, 8, B, 8. Okay, so you add the 25, so you get add 2 here, right? Add 2 here. So then you get a B. Step by step, you get a B. So 2 times B, right? 3 times B. 3 times B plus 2 should be equal to 8, 18, 28, and so on. Which one is possible? I think, no, 30, you know, just so on, right? And so I think try the first one. In the first case, B should be equal to 2. Okay. The second case, no, it's impossible because 3 times B should be 16, should be 26. They're all impossible. So the only solution B is 2. Okay, the only solution is 2. So then you will get 1, 8, 2, 8, 5, 7, and multiply 3, and you get 1, 7, 5, 8, 2, 8. Then you already get, you know, that's you can count, right? So A is clearly is going to be, yeah, what is the value of A? Right? A is 4. A is good 4. Immediately you get 4. Okay, so that is all about today's class, and you will see that you have to find a starting point to figure out the first number, and sometimes you have a couple choices even for the first number, and then you have to exclude one of them, then you can move on to next step.